Hey guys, we are live here at Lunch and Launch. We are live. So, guys, look, come on in, come on in. It is Thursday. This is the second week of the new year, and we are not playing this year. So, come on in. And if you don't get in, if you miss this live, then you can definitely catch the replay. And guys, what I want to do, because we're trying to reach as many people as possible, we really want you to like, we want you to share, and please subscribe, guys. Please do that. That is the only way we can continue to grow and reach as many people as possible. So I'd love for you again, guys, to please like it, share it, and subscribe it. And if you click the little bell that does the notifications, then that way, whenever I come on live or whenever I have a new video, you'll definitely be able to hear it. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And again, guys, this is the second week of the new year. I'm so excited. You got to forgive me a little bit. I'm just coming off of a trip, but it was absolutely amazing. And I just have some really good stuff to share with you guys this year. So I see you online, Rose. Thank you for joining us. And again, guys, if you don't catch the live, if you're on, some people are on Facebook, some people are on YouTube, but however you get it, we definitely want you to share. The big commitment I'm asking everybody this year is to share it with at least 10 people. Get at least 10 subscribers. We're on a goal. We're almost there, but I can't do it alone. So I'd love for you guys to help push this thing and reach as many people as possible. But look, guys, I am going to continue hitting Noah's principle, because I know that that is a word that God specifically gave me for this season. We are leaning into the year of radical rest as well, and how we can make quantum leaps by just resting and abiding in him. So we're going to go ahead and get started in this teaching, guys. And I just want to say, this is, if I had to, as a minister, as a preacher, if I had to title this and name this a sermon, guys, I would say we're going to title this "Build the Ark Before the Rain." And guys, this is sort of a wealth reset for 2026, because I'm telling you, I went to this conference with, and just meeting people that have these $1 million businesses. And what I heard most of all, people were really hit in 2025, whether it was, financially, whether it was mentally, whether it was challenges they were dealing with their family, or their work or business. I'm telling you, 2025 was almost, like I said, it was like coming off COVID, like 2021 was. You came out of this season, but you still felt a little rocky. Well, 2025, that seems like the theme that a lot of people felt. It's like it was good, but it still had some challenges. So this year, guys, I will tell you, I believe that this is the year, like my bishop said, of breakthrough. And not that you got to break through something and it's your effort and it's your striving, but it is God coming into your situation and you resting in that. So we're going to do a wealth reset for 2026. Now, look, many people last year didn't just lose money, but a lot of people lost momentum in their purpose, guys. And when purpose stalls, when your purpose slows down, provision follows that. Got it? So when your purpose slows down, a lot of things that God wanted to bless you with, that provision also feels strained. So look, 2025 didn't just hit people again financially, but it interrupted obedience. Now, again, I'm hearing the same thing with people that I coach, with clients that I work with. What they're saying is, I was supposed to launch it this year. I was 2025 was the year I was supposed to launch it. I was supposed to build a thing in 2025. I was supposed to put it out. This was my year to do it, but I didn't have the capacity. And here's the truth, guys. We have to face gently but honestly. When you don't build what God told you to build, it doesn't just affect your purpose, it affects your provision, your confidence, and your momentum. Guys, please hear that. When you don't build what God has told you to build, and I know each and every one of you all that will hear this message will think of one thing that you know you were supposed to build in 2025. Well, guys, it doesn't just affect your purpose, it affects your provision, your confidence, and your momentum. Guys, Noah didn't build the ark because it was profitable. It wasn't like he was going to make some money. He built it because it was obedient. And obedience preserved everything attached to his life. Guys, his family was saved. His life was saved. His purpose was saved. So, guys, when you're obedient, it's not that you're doing it because you want to make more money, but obedience preserves everything that you're connected to in life. So, I'm going to give you guys 5 points. And again, I'm Coach Jackie B, and I'm leaning into that hard this year. I am going to give you 5 coaching questions for you to think about, just homework for this week to think about. So, point number 1, exhaustion didn't kill your purpose, it delayed its expression. So, exhaustion didn't kill your purpose, but it delayed its expression. Many people think they dropped the ball last year, but most didn't abandon purpose. They ran out of capacity. You just didn't have enough fuel in your tank to push it out. Look, I'll be honest. There were some times I knew I had to work on doing it. Right? Exhaustion doesn't erase calling. Because I was exhausted or because you were exhausted, it didn't take away the calling, but it postponed the execution of it. When you're depleted, purpose feels heavy. Vision feels risky instead of exciting. Obedience feels optional instead of urgent. Guys, if there's nothing else I get across to you this year, is when God gives you something to do, it's not optional. If he tells you to do something, if he put a desire in your heart, it's not because it's optional, guys. Noah built from instruction, not emotion. Did Noah feel like doing that? Did Noah feel like being ridiculed? Noah was not only old, right? But the task that God gave him to do seemed nearly impossible. If he had built that out of emotion, that's why you got to be careful who you surround yourself with, because when you surround yourself with people that want to remind you of your age all the time, they want to remind you, yeah, that would have been good to do when you were this, that would have been better to do when your kids were this age. When you surround yourself with people that suck the emotion out of you, you have to reassess that circle. Because in this season, in this state, Noah, part of Noah's principle is building when it's not comfortable. It's building when it doesn't seem like this is the right time. It's building when it seems like you're giving me something impossible. Genesis 6:22 says, Noah did everything just as God and commanded him. So I have a coaching question for you today. What did God tell you to build that you delayed because you didn't have the energy to sustain it? What did God tell you to build that you just didn't feel like building? That's basically what the question is. What did God tell you to do? Was it the book? Was it the business? Was it the ministry? Was it the nonprofit? What did he tell you to do that you just felt exhausted and you just didn't do it? You just said, I'd rather just scroll on my phone. I'd rather just watch Pop the Balloon. I'd rather just see what's crazy going on now in politics. I'd rather just do that, you know. But I need you to put for point number one, what did God tell you to build that you delayed because you were just too exhausted to build it? Point two, purpose is the container, guys. Wealth flows through what you build. This is where purpose and money meet, guys. God rarely sends provision without structure to receive it. He's not going to send someone $1 million that they don't know what they're going to do with the $1 million. They don't know how they're going to invest it. They don't know what programs they're going to set it aside for. They don't know what to do with it. God is just not going to send you something that you don't have structure to receive it. Guys, remember, the animals came two by two. They only came once the ark was built. They only entered the ark because the structure was built. We're asking God for stuff and we haven't built the structure. And that goes for every part of our life. You know, some of us were asking, Lord, send me a mate, send me my spouse. But we haven't even built the person that's supposed to receive the spouse. We still acting like we single. We still got the mentality of a single person. You haven't even built the structure for it. We want all these people to follow us, and we're not even responding to the 10 people that follow us now. Guys, we have to stop asking for provision that we haven't even built the structure for. Some of us, I'm going to be honest with you, are asking God for stuff that they don't even have the mental capacity to handle. You can't handle one person talking about you. Well, when you start doing things and getting out there and being public, you're not just going to have one person criticizing you. You're going to have thousands of people criticizing you. So are you built for that? Are you ready for that? Guys, writing books can create revenue streams. Creating programs and courses can create scalability. Businesses, guys, create legacy, and ideas create opportunity. But when purpose isn't built, money has nowhere to land. If you have not built a place for your legacy has nowhere to land. Guys, Noah's principle says the ark wasn't symbolic, it was practical. It created capacity for preservation and multiplication. Like I always say, God didn't send one animal, He sent two by two. What God wants to do in your life this year, it's not by addition. What God wants to do in your life is by multiplication. God doesn't want to just add one to one. God is saying in this season, if you build it, I'm going to multiply it. A friend of mine has been using the God box, and what God has been showing them is that prayer is a mantle that is over their household. And what God is doing through their obedience to pray is he's multiplying things. He's answering prayers, but not just one of their prayers, but multiple of their household prayers. Guys, I'm telling you, if you build it, if you build a place for the capacity, Deuteronomy 8:18 says, it is he who gives you power to get wealth. So I want to ask you this coaching question, and I may be only able to get to one more point because I want to be obedient with this time. What provision might be delayed because you haven't finished building what God showed you? What is it that you've been praying for? What provision? What thing is God trying to flow to you, but you haven't built what God showed you to build? You haven't built the system. You haven't built a process. Point three, this is my last point. I feel like, there's so much, but we're going to go to we'll get to the other 2 points next week. Reaction replaced obedience, and that scattered both purpose and profit. Let me tell you, when you're unrested, when you're under pressure, it makes you reactive. Instead of you sitting back and rest and calmness and peace and making good decisions, being unrested, being tired, being under pressure, it makes you always sit in the place of reaction. So when storms hit, people start chasing quick money, abandoning original versions, saying yes to misaligned opportunities, and pivoting prematurely. But reaction fragments purpose, and fragmented purpose, people, produces unstable income. Let me tell you, when you're not rested, when you're tired, when you haven't really sat in stillness and in quietness and in peace, sometimes we can make the worst decisions. Guys, Noah didn't pivot to a different boat when building got uncomfortable. He stayed with the one assignment. Guys, there are some of you listening to me. God is giving you an assignment, and it doesn't seem easy. It doesn't seem like it makes any sense. Don't try to call a Hannah. Don't try to find an easy way out. Don't say, yeah, I know you told me to build this, but I'll do this version instead. I know you wanted me to do this with my nonprofit, but instead of doing that, because that's too much, that's like, gosh, I can't do that right now. I'll do this version. Being disobedient is not obedience. It's disobedience. Not doing what God told you to do the way he told you to do it is disobedience. Proverbs 21:5 says, the plan of the diligent leads surely to profit. And my last question, coaching question for you today is, where did you react instead of remaining obedient? And what did it cost you? Guys, I will tell you, in this season, it is not going to be easy. In this season, guys, it is not going to feel comfortable. But I will tell you, if you rest in God, if you rest in what he's told you, if you rest in your promises, he will help you build what he's called you to build. I'm telling you, it's in your hands. I've been saying that. I feel like I've been preaching that for years. It's in your hands, people. It's not outside of you. It's in your hands. And God is sending me to remind some of you on this call to build, people. What are you waiting for? It's your season to build. I'm passionate about it. And I want you to continue to lock in, to build, because we need the community in order to do it. But guys, build, guys. Rest in him. It is in your hands. It is in your hands. He's given you everything that you need, but you can't fear. And guys, this is Coach Jackie B. And I'm telling you, I will be honest. I had a lot of people asking me to coach them last year, but I didn't have the proper system built. I'm going to tell you, I didn't have the proper system built. I didn't have my ark built. I'm transparent. I didn't have my ark built. But trust and believe, God is sending me people to build my ark, because you can't do it by yourself. So this year, everybody that is assigned to me as a coach, you can go on my website, you can do a discovery call, because God has sent me people to help me build the ark, because this year I am not going to be disobedient. I am not going to leave stuff on the table, people's lives that are wanting to change because my ark isn't built. What is your ark you're supposed to build? Because there are people waiting for each of you guys, every single person on this call, every single person that this will be shared with. God has given you an ark to build. And let me tell you, you can mark my words. This is January 15th. This is my dad's birthday, my my father's birthday, if he was still living. Mark my words. The rain is going to come. Will you be ready? Or will you be knocking on the door to get in? That's up to you this year. That's up to you. It's your choice. So again, this is Jackie B. Grice, guys. I will see you next Thursday. So just continue to lock in, guys. And our book club is going to start January 26th. We're reading Rest is Resistance. Rest is resistance. I'm telling you, even the book club is changing lives. So please, guys, join in. We love to have you. It's just an hour, and we do it like once every 3 weeks, sometimes every 2 weeks. But join us, lock in for 2026. Make a commitment that I'm going to lock in with the Launching Deeper community. And let's see what it does in your life this year by just locking in. All right, guys. Yes, the rain is going to come. That's a fact. Make sure your ark is built. Have a good day, guys. I love you. I love you. And hey, this is our year of radical rest and getting everything that God has ordained for us to get without the struggle and without the strain. All right. Love you. Bye.